Australia's dairy industry might be suffering the effects of drought, but times remain buoyant in one rain-soaked corner of Victoria. Nevertheless, Gippsland-based dairy is taking no chances. It's diversified into the retail end to create a ready market for its products.
Agriculture is all about supply. The dramatic climate change environment that we've been living in for 5 years now has dramatically impacted the dairy industry, where it shrunk the industry. We are 20% smaller, so now we're dealing with a very much finite resource that is somewhat scarce. We're the blessed ones. We have water, and South Gippsland has a very reliable rainfall, and while the severe drought in the north of the state and into New South Wales has very much increased input costs and feed costs for the farmer, as a region we are somewhat protected by our rainfall reliability and the way we can grow grass cheaply.
Back in 1990, brothers Grant and William Crothers were looking to set up a new dairy venture after selling the family milk company a few years earlier. They found a disused old former butter factory in a small town in southeastern Victoria.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
We are an ingredient company. We pick up milk off farm, convert it to an ingredient for a food processor. Often it's a cheese product, it might be a combination of vegetable fat and dairy fat, it might be a milk protein. About 70% of our business is offshore. Japan is our hero market. We have a marketing office there that we opened in 1999. We do other Southeast Asian and North Asia destinations, a little bit into Europe, and when the currency's going the right direction, we go to the US.
While international demand is as strong as ever, one way to offset any potential decline is to create your own market.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours.
Something Burra Foods has done by creating the Melbourne-based Trampoline Gelato chain, which uses milk ingredients from its parent company to make Italian-style ice cream.
Trampoline is really our branded play. We wanted to have a brand on our balance sheet. So in 2004, we opened our first gelato shop in Brunswick Street, Fitzroy, and we've been refining the model ever since, and we're now up to 7 or 8, and we're looking to roll that out nationally. Retailing is a very challenging area. It's a franchise model, so it's all about developing a franchise system backed up by great logistics and a great product. It's a bit of a passion of mine personally. I also saw it as a great opportunity to move up the value chain.
Burra Foods is a departure from the traditional model of dairy companies, which were owned by cooperatives of farmers themselves. Instead, it buys milk from about 100 farms within a 70-kilometre radius and converts it into milk products.
The industry's changed enormously in the last 20 or 30 years. In the 60s and 70s, the industry was reliant on domestic demand and then selling any surplus to England. When they joined the common market, there was a huge depression in the dairy industry in Australia, and they were literally shooting cows because they were worthless. Almost every year since the late 70s, early 80s, the industry has expanded, and Australia is now very much a recognised supplier internationally of quality ingredients.
With last year's turnover around the $90 million mark, Burra Foods' foreign focus is certainly paying off.
Australia used to be a cheap source of dairy products for the world. We have a very buoyant export industry. We're now more and more becoming a secure source of supply for the world because the European markets are closing in and they aren't exporting as much. And Australia and New Zealand are becoming more dominant on the export horizon.